Good evening, welcome back to 102.7 Chop FM. We are the Nerds of the North, and that music that we just let into our show is all actually from movies.
Indeed.
One of which actually has already been out on to Blu-ray, one is in theaters, and one comes out tomorrow. So we started you off there with the theme to Godzilla, the new Godzilla, of course. Fantastic movie, by the way.
Yes.
Following that was a little song called Welcome to the Moors from the Maleficent soundtrack.
And as you said, you could tell it was Disney right away.
Oh, about 8 seconds into it, you knew that was Disney.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably going to be the opening song. Where was it on the soundtrack? Was it song number 1?
It was near the top.
It might not be the very first song, but...
I think I previewed the first song. It's going to be the first or second song, I'd say, for sure.
And, well, if you've been listening to our show before, you know the third song we played. That was from The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, The Misty Mountains.
Yes, very good track.
Yes, sung by the actual actors who played the dwarves as well.
Yeah, that makes it that much better.
Oh, definitely. I just wish the song was longer and was the actual song from the novel.
Yeah, after reading the novel version, I was like, wow, they cut a lot of that.
They cut a lot. They only kept like 3 stanzas of it, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so... Fantastic Wednesday evening, and it's time for some entertainment news this week. And to start us off, we have some news coming from Marvel Studios. The Marvel Studios project Daredevil reveals that it's now going to be a present-day setting. I know a lot of fans were actually hoping this was going to be back in the day, like the 60s and 70s, where Daredevil actually originally started up. But this is going to be a 13-episode series to premiere on Netflix in 2015. And it will have Matt Murdock fighting crime in a modern-day Hell's Kitchen, New York City. Okay. I did see who they had cast as Matt Murdock. It's not Ben Affleck, everybody. Don't get your knickers in a twist. It's, I can't even remember his name. I think it's Courtney something.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
But so far it seems okay, and this is interesting. This is a series to premiere on Netflix.
Yeah, see, it's getting very popular nowadays. Netflix has got the money to put out there to
I've heard
get exclusive series.
Yeah, and well, Orange is the New Black is one of their exclusives.
That one exploded. That one could have went either way because it had a known director, and I don't know. Honestly, when it first came out on Netflix, I was like, okay, I'll watch it soon. And then I ended up watching it a few days later, finished the whole series in a couple of days, and constantly waiting for Series 2, which I believe gets released next week, I believe?
Netflix, home of binge watching.
Indeed. And I'm glad you can get achievements for it now on the Xbox.
Oh, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just turn it on and fall asleep. That's how you get achievements.
Basically. No, it's because it stops playing episodes after like 3 or...
Okay.
I think it does.
Also, new news coming up. Back in 2002, there was a little independent movie that was made. And this independent movie blew everybody out of the water at the box office. No one was expecting this movie to make as much money as it did. That movie, of course, is My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yeah, I was pretty young, I guess, when this first came out. I remember watching it at the drive-in, and after its release, that's all you heard about was My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Like,
it had one of the members of NSYNC in it.
Yeah. Didn't it win a whole bunch of awards?
It won a lot of awards for independent film.
Yeah.
And, well, guess what, boys and girls? It's time for a sequel.
But, like... Didn't they kind of do a sequel that was, like, off...
I'm not sure if they did or not. This is the...
It was, like, a weird... I think if this is going to be, like, legit sequel, like, I guess...
This is official sequel. The actor and actress who played the 2 leads, Tula and Ian, are returning.
Okay.
And it's going to be... The movie's going to be about picking up more than a decade into their marriage. The plot to revolve around a new wedding that reunites the extended family of the original film. And as I told you this afternoon when I that you know about this story, we're going to find out about another 50 uses of Windex. If they keep that gag running from the original, it'll be hilarious. Okay, new news from Johnny Depp. He is, as the headline says, Johnny Depp to uncover the secret life of Houdini. He is going to be taking on the role of Harry Houdini in a big screen project based on the book of the same name. Rather than making this a biography picture, the studio aims to make this an action thriller likened in tone to the Indiana Jones series. Because I know from reading a little bit about this book that Houdini was being chased around by a lot of people who were after him for doing his tricks.
Making this Johnny Depp movie, I think this could be really good. I think this has good potential.
Mm-hmm.
I think he will fit that character perfectly.
I think as long as it's not Jack Sparrow in a straitjacket, I think we'll be great.
No, he won't be that. No, he won't be that loosey goosey. I don't think, but it'll be good. I'm sure of it.
Alrighty. News today that Insurgent has started principal photography in Atlanta. They started it today. And Insurgent, for those of you who don't know, is the second installment in the Divergent franchise. So Divergent just came out a couple of months ago. I don't think it's hit Blu-ray yet.
I don't think so, no.
And they've already begun work on the sequel. So they've got to get the trilogy out there and done. So, who knows? I never got around to seeing the first one. It just didn't strike my interest.
No, not really.
There's way too many movies being made based on the young adult author author novel area.
I liked a lot of the music off the soundtrack. That's or a lot of the music that they used within the movie, I guess, are on the soundtrack.
I know, you keep asking to play it.
Yes.
And we do play it.
Well, there's more than just that one song.
Oh, I know. I've heard it in the kitchen.
Okay.
Remember a couple of months ago we reported that Quentin Tarantino had shut down his project, The Hateful Eight?
Well, let me guess. Did he bring it back?
It is back on track. And it is so far back on track that they are aiming for a November shooting date.
Yeah. See, I think when you have something so good, like, if you're just going to hand it away, like, I don't know, man, like, you'd always think about what you could have done with it. Mm-hmm. I think I'd regret it at some point, like, maybe. Depending on what kind of a script it was like. Like, if it turns out to be, like, a really good movie just because it's Tarantino.
Well, he is working on a rewrite of the actual screenplay that was done. And he's working on this rewrite before cameras roll. Starring the same cast who did the recent live script read.
Yeah.
So they've gone and done a live script read, and Quentin's apparently identified a couple of issues that he needs to fix script-wise. So he's going to rework those and rewrite. But he likes the cast that he got to do the first read-through so well that they're coming through and they're joining on into the actual film. And here's a couple of key names for you. Samuel L. Jackson.
Gotta have him.
Tim Roth.
Okay, yeah, that's that. Who is that? That sounds very familiar.
Do you remember seeing the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk movie?
Yeah.
Do you remember the other Hulk?
Okay,
the military guy that kept chasing him.
Okay, yeah.
That's Tim Roth.
Okay.
And Kurt Russell.
That's pretty okay. It sounded pretty action-y right there. I don't know.
There's a lot. There are some more names. These are the three names that immediately jumped to mind that I recognized, so figured I'd mention them. Now, we all know that sometimes when a movie does really, really good in the box office, everything tends to get fast-tracked. Sequels, merchandising, everything just tends to speed up. Well, this is how fast product placement has sped up for Xmen Days of Future Past. Currently, right now, you can head on over to Amazon and pre-order the collector's edition of the Blu-ray.
Okay, I understand the reasoning for it. I kind of like it. Once everybody gets into the habit of doing it, I could understand it. Because realistically, if you were to, down the road, within 20 to 50 years, totally get rid of movie theaters in a sense where, like, you could just distribute a movie digitally.
Well, they already have something similar to this option. There is the Cineplex Super Ticket.
Yeah. Okay, it would be something like that, I guess. But,
Right.
like, say if you bought a movie temporarily for a couple months, and then you either have to wait or you pay $10 to watch it once, and then wait a couple months, and then either buy it at a discounted price or buy it at full price. I don't know how it would work.
Well, this Blu-ray is an Amazon exclusive.
Yeah.
You can only get this version from ordering from them. It comes with a maquette, otherwise a little miniature statue,
Yeah.
of Magneto's helmet.
How miniature? How?
Between 4 and 6 inches. This helmet sitting on a stand. It looks really, really cool. I do like the look of it. That pre-order is currently sitting at $75.
Man, if they did the Halo thing and just did like a life-size like Magneto, I know you.
That would be such a problem because
I know.
everybody's head's a different size.
I know, but still, that would be awesome.
Yes, it definitely would be.
Cosplay costume right there.
Easy.
Yes.
News from Alfonso Cuarón. He will not be directing the Harry Potter spin-off Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. His reasoning for this is, after 5 years of working on visual effects heavy projects, he wishes to clean up his palette with more of a realistic style of film, less emphasis on visual effects.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I understand, because a lot of filmmakers I've heard, they start to feel like they lose touch with the actual art of filmmaking when all you're doing is looking at a green screen and you can fix everything afterwards.
Yeah.
There's less to line up in camera. So it gets rid of part of the art, part of the direction, part of the joy of it even, for some of them. Well, I'm not happy that he's not going to be doing it, because he is a very good director, and at the same time he absolutely loves the Harry Potter universe and working in it. It's just he wants to take a little bit of a breather from the effects. You know what? Good job.
I could see they wouldn't settle for anybody.
No. And I'm happy that he went in, he talked with them, explained his reasons why, and they went, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? That's good.
Makes sense.
We've got a little bit of box office news here. Now, Xmen, Days of Future Past, I'm sure everyone's had so many people talking about this movie that they just want to have people stop talking about it, because it's been on everybody's mind
Well,
all
we're going to
weekend
talk
long.
about it.
The reason why it's on everybody's mind all weekend long is just how many people went to see this. The opening weekend, yes, it was Memorial Day weekend, so that means a long weekend in the States, whereas ours was the weekend before. We had Xmen gross $110 million for its opening weekend.
Yep.
They predicted this. They predicted it was going to reach $100 million, and it did. I think we're about 80 of those dollars.
That's actually, they were talking about this morning somewhere, and I mentioned to my mom, I was like, oh yeah, we put in a good chunk of that right there.
Yeah, we definitely did our part. We went and saw it. We even have a review of it posted up. We don't spoil anything, folks. This is one of those movies where I just cannot spoil it.
Yeah.
I love talking about movies. Ask DJ Bodobo anytime. It tends to be all I talk about while we're working. But this is something I cannot spoil. It wouldn't be doing anybody any good to spoil this film. It just ruined the entire experience. Moving on to, well, ironically enough, one of the trailers we've seen the last 2 times we've been to the theater.
Yep.
We've seen the trailer now numerous times for Lucy.
Lucy.
And I'm starting to understand what other reviewers who constantly do cinema openings are talking about. Seeing the same trailers over and over and over again.
And then when stuff just goes full circle, it just makes it seem that much more. Oh my god.
Yeah, wait a minute, didn't we talk about this already?
Where did
no,
the time go?
Yeah, no kidding. Well, anyways, Scarlett Johansson's Lucy, has shifted its box office date and will now challenge Dwayne Johnson's Hercules at the box office.
I would imagine it'll probably crush that. Oh, well, when you put two
I don't know. You have intelligent action, and then you have CGI action.
That's the thing. When you put two, I don't know, man. It'll go either way.
I don't know. I kind of have the feeling I want to do a double header on that weekend night.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just do a double header for it. That could be pretty interesting. Now, Lucy was originally slated to open on August the 8th against the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film.
Yeah.
It has now been pushed back to July 25th, 2 weeks ahead of schedule. They either were afraid of losing in the box office against the Ninja Turtles, which is crazy, because I think Lucy would have dominated that weekend at the box office.
No, well, okay, that's the thing. When you do action, I don't know what Lucy is rated, but I can guarantee you it's not PG.
And I don't want the Turtles to be PG. I want it to be AA, at least.
I know, but if it's... Oh, it's not going to be, though, man.
I know it's not going to be. I'll be lucky if I see a PG-13 on it, but...
I don't know.
I like the dark style of the first Ninja Turtles film.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know.
I like it. I love it. That's what I
compare. You could do the same thing and compare the RoboCop to the new RoboCop.
That is a debate I don't want to get into.
I know, but that's how
going
violence
from an R to a PG.
That's how violence has gone from not cool or from cool to not cool.
Yes.
And that's just how it goes.
Well, hopefully there's a good battle at the box office between girl with 100% of brain power and biceps of a god.
Yes.
Let's hope it holds out well and we get a good little box office battle going on there. Now, moving on with actually some Godzilla news.
Godzilla?
Since we played the song. Godzilla's director, Gareth Edwards, is to direct the 2016 Star Wars spin-off film before returning to helm the Godzilla sequel.
That's kind of relieving, hopefully.
Well, it means we're not going to get a Godzilla sequel next year.
Yeah,
which is good. They're going to take their time with it.
They better.
Now, the 2016 Star Wars spin-off, no idea as to what it's going to be. They are working on the script already, so it's going to be something set outside the new trilogy. A lot of people are rumoring it as the Boba Fett film, which, if you're doing a Boba Fett film, I know that they have gotten rid of the expanded universe, but you really should look at the Mandalorian armor, which is a interesting story about how Boba Fett survives his fall into the Sarlacc. He kills it.
Yeah. You could have... This next story you should have saved from the last story and segued into it. I'm just saying, whatever.
Whatever. So I'm not good at segues. I don't ride them.
Segues.
Okay. The story that my co-host here is talking about is when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was announced that it was going to be done in live action, one of the major things they announced is that it was not, repeat, was not
not
going to have an IMAX release. Michael Bay, I believe, was quoted as saying the IMAX camera is it's too loud, it's too cumbersome to be able to use.
Yep.
So he wants to do more with the standard digital cameras.
Pretty sure we actually, or I remember we talked about this in the kitchen, I'm pretty sure, at some point.
I believe we did. Well, it may not be getting a domestic IMAX release. However, the Ninja Turtles film is slated to receive international IMAX release. It is getting remastered into IMAX format, and select international theaters will be receiving an IMAX version. Now, since they're already doing it, do you want to have an IMAX version domestic or not?
Yeah, I don't know.
Myself, I'm perfectly happy staying with the Ultra AVX for this film.
Yeah, I don't think I need IMAX really for Turtles.
No, it's just going to be an extra $2 that I'm risking on hating a film.
Yeah.
Not something I really feel like doing because I don't have that much faith in it.
Yeah.
Huge Ninja Turtles fan, and I don't have faith in this film. I need to see the second trailer.
Yeah.
The first trailer is out. I need to see another one. And, I'll have to make my opinions then. But we are getting very, very close. Again, August 8th release date. So it's coming, and it's coming fast. Okay, moving on for movie releases and Blu-rays. Start you off with a little bit of what's coming out on the Blu-ray this week. Yesterday saw the release of How to Train Your Dragon Collector's Edition.
Yay.
Which is good, because I believe in the next month and a half we will be seeing How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Yep.
Now that means I have to watch the first one, because
It's good, man. You gotta watch it.
I'm interested to know why the dragon is missing one tail fin and the rider seems to be missing a leg.
Watch the movie, man.
Okay.
Watch the movie.
I will. I have been told that it's one of the Pixar movies to watch.
It is. If you like WALL-E, did you watch WALL-E?
I loved WALL-E.
It's like that, like story-wise.
I loved WALL-E until the humans showed up.
Yeah.
And then like WALL-E wasn't any good.
Story-wise, it's kind of like it kind of gets emotional, kind of deep like that in a way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But no, not music-wise, I guess. WALL-E's pretty good for like music, I guess.
Okay. Next, coming out yesterday on Blu-ray, we had the action-adventure fantasy Journey to the West.
Didn't catch that one.
It sounds very familiar, and I recognize the cover art. I don't remember the story.
Yeah.
And lastly, this one's a classic, and unless you are a huge fan of the style of humor, this is very, very hard to watch. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou got Blu-ray release yesterday. This is an absolutely amazing Bill Murray film. And I don't know if any other actor could have pulled off this role, because it's all over the place and yet it goes nowhere.
What year is that movie?
Ooh, 2000s?
They're gonna do like a Bill Murray Blu-ray collection soon.
Yeah, I would love to see a Bill Murray collection. They've got an Eastwood collection, let's get a Murray.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Alrighty, well, tomorrow marks the day for early advanced screenings for all the weekend movies. Two of which, the two major films that are being released this weekend, are actually both getting a Thursday release. One of which is Disney's Maleficent with Angelina Jolie.
We should have went to that. Oh no, wait.
It opens tomorrow.
When? Yeah. Okay.
So we could go see it. We could not. Doesn't matter. I do want to see this film.
I know.
But I also kind of want to see the second film that's opening, which is Seth MacFarlane's A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Yeah, I want to check that one out.
This is a movie I definitely would want to check out during our late night when there's nobody in the theater.
See, I remember going to see Ted. Ted is a really good movie.
I never saw Ted.
when you see it for the first time, you're like, okay, that was alright. But when you go to watch it again after that, you're like, yeah, I can't do it. I can't. Like, the humor loses its.
It has very little rewatch value.
Yeah. So hopefully.
So it's not like Godzilla, which has a lot of rewatch value.
Yeah, I'd watch that over and over again.
Whereas Xmen has a lot of rewatch value.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, we have now hit our halfway point here on 102.7 Chop FM, so it's going to be time for the Nerds of the North to take a nostalgic break. We've got quite a little mix-up here going on. We actually have all 3 songs coming from something animated, not all of which were animated in North America, meaning I have 2 anime songs and I have 1 Western animation song.
And that's all the information you're going to get. That's all. No warnings.
No warnings, yes. Well, I have to warn you for the first song. So, to kick off our nostalgic break, from easily my top 3 favorite anime that have ever been released, from Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, this is the second half of the season opener, Rhythm Emotion. Welcome back to 102.7 Chop FM. We are the Nerds of the North, and that was our nostalgic break. We started you off there with the song from Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, Rhythm Emotion. Following that, well, had to get it out of our heads sometime. That was from Frozen, Let It Go. Been a while since we've played it, so we had to play it again. And to finish off our nostalgic break there, going back to Japanese animation from the series Sailor Moon, that was Give Me the Strength to Carry On. Alright, that's it for me with entertainment news. Let's head on over to the world of video games. What do you got, Bodobo?
Upcoming video game releases, not too much at all, really.
Isn't that because Clock Puppies just came out?
Yes, Watch Dogs, keeping everybody busy. I think everybody wanted to avoid that blockbuster right there. But May the 30th, Mario Kart 8.
Woohoo!
For the Wii U is getting released. That's a pretty big one, right?
Did you watch any of IGN's 1-hour stream of them playing Mario Kart?
I haven't seen the stream. I've watched a lot of the trailers and stuff that they've put out.
What I saw that looked actually really, really interesting was, you know, you can adjust the items.
Yes.
They now have what's called a frantic mode.
Okay.
Where, yes, the items are going to come out, but those rare items, like the horn and the blue shell, are going to come out more often.
Okay, alright.
So if you're playing against people who literally know all the shortcuts, kick it into frantic mode and let's see how fast they can dodge a blue shell.
That sounds pretty interesting.
Now you can't, like other Mario Karts, if you were to go over and grab an item, say you got stuck with the stupid banana shell.
Yes.
Or banana peel, sorry. And you're coming up to the next section of blocks. You used to be able to, in the old games, deploy the weapon but hold it behind you.
Yeah.
And still be able to activate a new box.
Yep.
Not in 8. 8 registers that you have an item and it will not allow you to activate a new block unless you get rid of it.
Well, that's I think they've taken that out and added it over the years. I think they've changed that a few times. I'm not too sure though.
Just means that before every section of blocks now we're going to see piles and piles of dead banana peels.
Yeah.
There's always going to be bouncing greens.
I could see that. And on June the 3rd is another Worms game, Worms Battlegrounds for the PS4 and the Xbox One. I've played previous Worms games. They're fun. They're fun to play when you have time to kill.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. They're fun multiplayer games too as well. Co-op if you have a few friends there.
Last Worms game I really sank a lot of time into was Armageddon.
Yeah.
For the PC.
Yeah, I played that. I have it on PC. I think I have the iPhone version.
I made it as far in the challenge mode as having to take on 10 other worms, and I only had 2.
Yeah, I remember I was trying to get some of the achievements.
And the best way to do it? Tunnel.
Yeah.
Become a tunneler. Learn to bounce the bazooka.
There's a lot of weapons to make some pretty good tunnels in that.
Oh, yeah.
Ubisoft. Watch Dogs. I went and picked it up yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently a lot of people have had trouble signing in to Uplay, which is Ubisoft's like online service. I don't know if this is accessing like multiplayer itself or just like leaderboards and any of that other stuff. Not too sure. I haven't been able to connect myself. I've been just sticking to single player. I've only played a little bit myself. There was another thing I wanted to mention. They released a standalone app for mobile users. Or like it's a standalone game, I guess. This is free, no microtransactions or anything. You can play against PC and console users. While PC and console users are racing each other in the game, you, the mobile user, can set up roadblocks and set off explosions ahead of the drivers.
Interesting.
So I don't know. That sounds pretty interesting. If that's actually live, real time kind of stuff going on, like that reminded me of that zombie game for the Wii U, right? Or like I guess just the Wii U in general, like games like that. It kind of reminded me of like that.
Yeah.
It seems kind of fun. Another thing that I showed you this afternoon, the billboards in Watch Dogs. It's a cool little side mission, I guess, Easter egg kind of thing. If you happen to play Watch Dogs, go check out and hack one of the billboards. There's some pretty funny ones you'll find there. The Evil Within.
The Evil Within?
The Evil Within. A game by the developer of Resident Evil.
Okay. Just can't get away from games with evil in the title, can they?
No, I guess I didn't even think about that. I remember thinking that when it was announced. I believe they announced that at E3. This was slated for the end of August. This has now been delayed and will be released on October 21st in North America, the 23rd in Australia, and the 24th in Europe. And this game is for the PC, the 360, the PS3, the Xbox One, and the PS4. And I would imagine it's probably going to be very Resident Evil-like.
As long as they fix the target.
Yeah, I know.
Targeting acquiring.
Honestly, that's the thing. I cannot get into Resident Evil just because I don't know. I'm very casual when it comes to certain games, just control scheme wise. I cannot. I don't know. A lot of my friends really love Resident Evil. They get into it.
Nah.
I just can't handle it.
It's not my type of thing.
Can't handle it at all. Lego Batman 3 has been announced.
I saw the trailer for that this morning.
Man,
I admit the trailer was funny. Right? Ooh, sorry. Yes.
I know they do a good job, man. Like a lot of the Lego games, I don't think get a lot of recognition. Maybe some of them are better than others, but the ones that I've played, they're pretty fun, man. Even just the stupid little cutscenes that you get, they can be pretty funny. This one, Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, it's coming out fall 2014. As you said, they released a trailer. Go check it out.
It's pretty much Justice League.
Yeah. All the Lego games are roughly the same, but I guess just with new skins.
Although, really? A white suit?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why is Batman wearing a white suit?
Yeah. Sony's in the news. There was a little bit of news saying that Sony is the PS4 is already profitable. I'm pretty sure this was already said before around the time the console was released. Sony was either losing just a little bit on each console or making just a little bit on each console. Mm-hmm. Either way, I'm not surprised that it's profitable at this point. Sony has come ahead and confirmed that the PS4 is going to be heading to China.
Yes.
There's no date set, but they've hired a company for local manufacturing and distribution and sales. It is a similar company to which Microsoft hired for shipping the Xbox One in China in September, which is, I would imagine Sony is roughly aiming for the same time frame, if not a couple months later. Mm-hmm. Considering, I guess, I remember Microsoft announced this a few weeks ago or a month ago or so. This I seen when I signed into Xbox. There's a Halo-themed skin and texture pack for Minecraft.
Yeah, I saw that roughly as an announcement. I'm like, really?
Yeah. And
Really?
No. You underestimate.
I underestimate it because it's Minecraft, and I just cannot sink the time into Minecraft.
Don't even go there because like it'll consume your life.
SimCity is doing that right now.
I know. Okay, if SimCity consumes your life, Minecraft will it'll destroy you.
I've played it once with you and lost 4 hours, and all I did was dig a hole.
Oh, I know. Okay, but you gotta be. That's the thing. The thing about Minecraft, you kind of have to have somebody show you roughly what to do. They kind of have a tutorial now, but even that, people kind of just skip over it, and they're like, oh, I can handle this, and it's just like, no, you can't.
You can if you're willing to die and then repeat.
Yes.
Die, then repeat.
Oh yeah. But yeah, anyways, the Halo theme pack for Minecraft features 40 characters, music from the Halo games, which is awesome. And then textures, so obviously you can make, I would imagine it's going to be a lot of green and gray.
And translucent blue.
Yes. I might pick this up. I've lost a lot of time playing Minecraft, and I have not played a lot recently. Since the texture packs, there have been Mass Effect and Skyrim texture packs released, and I have not picked up any of those. This one retails for $3.99. I believe all of them do.
Mm-hmm.
I might actually pick that one out. In other news, Star Citizen, big MMO game, started off Kickstarter. I mentioned it before a few times. This has now reached $44 million in funding. $44 million in funding. That's a lot of money for a game that pretty much has nothing to show for it right now. Anyways, there's a little kind of... you can download the downloader and walk around on a map and kind of check out like a spaceport, and that's about it. Anyways, this Star Citizen is supposed to be released in 2015. There's supposed to be more beta modules coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I would imagine, since a lot of money has gone into this game, hopefully they can get I would imagine they've hired quite a big team to deal with the load that because it's a pretty bold game. You're creating open world MMO with multiple planets and open world like space. That's pretty deep.
It is, and it'll be tricky to do if they want to make it as detailed as some of the other open worlds have been.
Yes. The last little bit here, the 2DS gets a new color.
Ooh.
Yay. Sea green, which is weird because I think the console itself is kind of white with green buttons, I believe, or like a green border around the screen, or it's like a weird color green on the body. I couldn't tell.
I don't know. They can make it any color they actually want, but you have two very sensitive screens and you don't allow me to protect them without buying a secondary case.
Yes.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, the Sea Green 2DS is due out on June 6th in North America for $130.
Ooh.
I just wanted to mention here the game that I've been playing on Steam recently. Planetary Annihilation.
Yeah, I knew you someone was talking about. I was thinking to myself, like, someone's mentioned something that's like Kerbal. Oh, right. It's my co-host.
Planetary Annihilation. If you go on Steam and look at the top sellers, it's most likely there. Yes, like Matt was saying, DJ Padawan.
Way to go, bud.
I know, I can't get it through my head. It's kind of like Kerbal Space Program and StarCraft 2. Or StarCraft, I guess.
So does that mean if you don't learn all the hotkeys, you're going to be outstripped very, very quickly?
No, not necessarily. It has the single player, which kind of gives you the chance to slowly build those skills. Okay. And the computer is not at all challenging at first. It gets to the point where I'm at now. I just lost my first match, and I'm maybe 10 levels in. I've lost my first match, and it was not fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty much the enemy had half a planet worth of enemies, and I had a quarter of that trying to fend it all off. So, I don't know.
Lovely.
It was pretty fun, though. Anyways, that's about it for gaming news.
Okay, well, is a little bit other news stories that we just didn't really know where to fit them in anywhere else. What?
I forgot. There was something, I can't even remember what it is now.
Well, maybe it'll come back to you.
Frozen topped something on the all-time list. Iron Man, I think. Was it Frozen? Something topped Iron Man in the all-time box office, or the all-time...
Yeah, I know...
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was Frozen that topped it in the all-time sales.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway.
Well, we'll see. Speaking of projects that are out on Kickstarter, there was this just was brought to my attention that there's a new Kickstarter project out there. And I don't know if you remember this television show when you were a kid. I do. I used to watch it a lot. Because it came on, I think it was just before or just after Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego.
Yep.
The television show was Reading Rainbow, hosted by LeVar Burton.
It's funny because when I was at home before the show, Community was on, and it was the episode...
Oh, it was the LeVar Burton episode?
Yes.
Don't meet your hero!
Yeah.
That was...
That's pretty funny.
I am not a fan of Community. That episode was kind of funny.
Oh, yeah.
I do like that one. But yes, LeVar Burton has started up a Kickstarter to bring more episodes of Reading Rainbow out. That's actually quite good. I enjoyed Reading Rainbow. I enjoyed seeing LeVar Burton because he's a fantastic actor. He's got a good voice for being able to tell stories.
Yeah, I'd rather my kids be watching Reading Rainbow than some of the other weird
Precisely.
shows out there now.
And for all of you out there who kind of recognize the name LeVar Burton but don't know where it comes from, here's the easiest way for it, because I can't remember his character that he played in Gargoyles. Lieutenant Commander Geordi LaForge from Star Trek The Next Generation. There, ring a bell? Yes, the guy with the visor on his eyes.
Yes.
No, that he was originally the Reading Rainbow host, and I think he was actually the creator of Reading Rainbow. It was his entire idea.
Probably. I think that sounds about right.
It was a good idea.
Yeah.
And because we're getting down to that time frame, I got an email reminder yesterday. We are now 8 days away from the next Comic-Con.
Yep.
Yes, there have been smaller shows in Toronto recently. Like Anime North just happened. And Anime North apparently went off quite well, but it was way, way deep in the city and hard to get to. Like, it was out by the airport.
Yeah, that's too much.
Mind you, I'm saying that one was way hard to get to, and I'm planning on traveling from Newmarket to Niagara Falls.
Yeah, you're crazy.
I'm not crazy. I got given a media pass. I'm going to go use it.
Yeah. One thing I was just reading on my phone, PAX tickets. I think I mentioned this last week.
I got that forward to me from Far From Subtle, because he's telling all Turbo members, buy your tickets now.
Well, they went on sale and they sold out within the first hour.
That's surprisingly long.
Well,
for PAX tickets to sell out.
No, it's not. Well, 2009, it took months to sell out. They went on sale in May, and it took August it took almost until the date to sell out.
It depends on which PAX you're talking about.
This is PAX Prime.
Yeah,
the original.
PAX East sells out in minutes.
PAX.
The one in Boston sells out in minutes, just because of where the venue is located. It's in the heart of the city, surrounded by everything.
I know, PAX Prime is the original PAX, though. But I don't know. They're both, one's in Washington, one's in Boston. It's a big. They're both big venues.
So this is the closer one.
I don't know. No. Boston would probably be closer.
Boston would be the closer one?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh well.
Oh well.
One day we will make it to a PAX.
We'll see.
We will try to, at least. But until then, we're going to have to settle up with Comic-Cons and Fan Expo. Mm-hmm. They seem to be the easier ones to get a hold of. Now, I did notice on the Friday schedule for Comic-Con Niagara Falls, there is a special photo op event. Have your picture taken with Ernie Hudson and Ecto 1. I would just like to add the Ontario Ghostbusters in there. That would be a great photo op.
Yeah, that would be good.
The gang and them. You know what? Have a photo with the Ontario Ghostbusters in front of Ecto 1 and give Ernie Hudson the proton pack. Have him there wearing the pack again. The nerd in me is just squealing with joy because that would be the most amazing photo op to ever take. Well, I believe we've rambled on long enough for today, so we're going to leave you with a song from, this is from Portal?
Yes, this is actually the song from Portal by Jonathan Coulton. An artist, he actually wrote the song for, I think Valve approached Jonathan Coulton to write a song for Portal, and this is what he came up with. This is Still Alive by Jonathan Coulton.
Alright, Nerds of the North, see everyone later.
102.7 Chop FM.
Oh yeah.